Divya, we are live now. Can start.
Okay. Good evening and a warm welcome to everyone. I'm your host Divya Das, bringing you all to another webinar session or art and craft. Before we begin, I would like to give a brief about ourselves, about Anna Chori, to our new audiences who are with us in this beautiful evening. Anachori means a bond of love. It signifies unconditional love. And it is this unconditional love for his native land that brought back Milind Datta, the founder of Anachori, from the US to start a non-profit organization in the year 2018, which engages and promotes various initiatives that are striving for social change, honing leadership skills, and building entrepreneurship capabilities in the Northeast region, including Assam. For the past few months, we have been engaging with various speakers from various fields via virtual media to create a network among the people working in this region. So now, today, I would like to introduce our guest of honor, Mr. Vikram Gogoi, who is a multi-talented artist with being a musician and an actor as his profession. He's a former strategy consultant based in London, but he left the job and took a path in the career of performing arts, which was his passion. His film, Three Smoking Barrels, which first premiered in the Durban International Film Festival, is now streaming on Netflix. He previously worked on a regional television serial named Doi Boki at Wrong Channel. He also has an experience being the host for two DD National documentaries and many other events. So now, without further ado, I would like our guests to carry on this session. So,
thank you, Devi. Yeah, that was an elaborate introduction. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so humbled. But what I liked was Enajori started the concept of Enajori is almost the same as what I thought of, when I was working back then, 2010 when I quit my job. I wanted to come back and do something interesting. Of course, pursue performance arts, primarily music, and then others added up, as I pursued further. And there are a lot of things I discovered on the way. But yeah, the idea was to come back. And my father said, why don't you come back to Guwahati? If you are leaving your job, it's basically come down to Assam and maybe do something here. And with your doings, maybe a few more people might just get some opportunities, or you might be able to carve something out for the place. Yeah. So it's very interesting. I mean, I loved the concept for Najori. It's lovely.
Thank you.
And yeah, you've said so much about me. I don't think there's anything much left for me to say about me. Currently, I'm with a band called Born Morphems. I play the bass primarily. I've got a couple of tracks on YouTube released for commercial purposes. But yeah, composed, written, and arranged the music myself. Sang too. You already spoke about Three Smoking Barrels. If people haven't watched the movie, please, people, watch the movie. It's a good movie. It's about Northeast and the problems we face here. It's basically an amalgamation of three stories clubbed into one, making it a movie. So that's what Three Smoking Barrels is. And yeah, I mean, I've been working on a couple of more projects. I will disclose as and when time comes. Yeah, that's about me. I'm in Guwahati right now, but I keep traveling. My job, my work actually requires me to travel much. So it's fun in a way, but it's tough. It's not that easy. Got to be on your toes all the time, grab opportunities that keep coming by, because this industry is not very, very stratified. It's not very organized in industry. It's very haphazard, and this industry floats on a couple of names and a few lobbies. And all of us know it. So it's a struggle for people who have just stepped in and they want to carve a career out in the field of arts or performance arts. And when you say performance arts, it's just arts, yeah. It's a subject of arts in a way, where you add performance. So wherever you're adding performance to an art, it's performance art. Could be sand sculpting, could be playing music. But where you're performing, we are occupying a stage, it falls in the performance arts category. And I've been on to about three what do you call verticals? So to say, one is movies, which is performance arts again, music, performance arts again, anchoring, sculpting. I do a bit of sculpting here and there, and we keep on doing shows. So yeah, I mean, and that's about me.
Oh, as of now, we don't have any questions from our audiences, so I have prepared a few questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, so the first question is, can you elaborate it more about the difference between performing art and art, like how these two things are different from one another?
Okay. The subject primarily is arts. Okay, arts, and a host of topics fall under arts. Music, film, craft, sketching, all of it fall. Crafting. They're all art. But the moment you add performance to it, when you have an audience, you want to lay down in front of people, it becomes performance arts. Dance, we perform for people. Movies, act, you perform for people. Uh, Anything that where you go ahead and occupy a stage, and when you have an audience, that is performance arts, and that's a section of arts. It's primarily arts, so they're not different. The moment you add performance to any subject of arts, it becomes performance arts. You could be weaving live, you could go on the stage and do live weaving. It becomes performance arts. You can go on stage and maybe dress somebody up, or do someone's hair. It's performance art. You're performing for an audience, and it's a form of art. So that is what performance art is.
Okay, now
And it's very
another.
simple, layman language, so that everybody understands what it is. A lot of people have a lot of misconception about performance arts being something different and arts being something different. It's the same thing. It's a part of art. Art is the primary picture, and performance art is just one part of it. A part of arts.
Even I personally like arts in a sense, like sometimes I paint, sometimes I make mandalas in my bedroom walls. I've almost
Lovely,
tried to
lovely,
cover the entire wall. So yeah,
lovely.
performing art
Video
and
record them.
huh?
Video record whatever you do, record them, record them and throw it off of people. It becomes performance arts. We all will watch what you do, how you do your, whatever you do. You're a performing artist too.
Yeah, but art is very much therapeutic. It helps you, like especially it helped me a lot. I would say it was kind of my savior during the COVID time, the 2020.
Mhm, mhm.
So that was like doing like art, painting and drawing mandalas, as well as reading books. So they helped me a lot to cope up with the horror that we were going through during 2020. So I think everyone everyone needs to do sometimes, everyone needs to perform art. And yeah,
It's
it's
art. But I'm very thankful to COVID pandemic situation in a very funny way. I think a lot of people discovered their artistic self, in this lockdown stage. Things that people never thought they'd pursue or do, they have gone out to do them, and that's I think a good thing.
the
The
artist, inner artist of people.
yes. A lot of people have discovered the artist inside them, and they've tried doing things, which is beautiful, beautiful. But
Even
in regular life, we don't get a chance actually. You're so
exactly.
busy with life. You're we are all tied up in the hustles and bustles of life. You barely get time to practice other things. But this phase has kind of given people the time to try out things they haven't tried or had kept in the backseat for a long time. To bring it front and try it out. Good stuff.
That
Nice.
was one of the positive outcome, I would say, people being trapped inside their homes.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, like it helped and especially like in social media as well, people were able to show their inner artist in them through music, through art, through dance, uh like many other, there are many forms of art, right? So they were able to show, they're
So
able to show it to the world. And some of them, like few of my friends also, they after like somehow we completed our bachelor's, and the moment like everything reopened, we by that time like we did our online exams, and they chose a entirely different career path, even they didn't thought about. So yeah, that was one of the good outcomes of the pandemic, bringing out that
See,
inner
again,
artist in you
yes,
and
yes.
trying to know yourself, what you want. So
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, a lot of paradigm shifts have happened, during this 2 years of pandemic time, lockdown time. People have changed their careers altogether. Many people. I've a lot of friends who have quit their jobs to, pursue things they had always want to pursue. I think this pandemic kind of what do you call woke or kind of gave a voice to the inner calling. You see, people started listening to themselves and started pursuing life. Most of us were just living life, go to work, earn, look forward to the salary coming towards the end of the month, and take care of the family. And you were so stuck in all that. But this kind of helped people break away from that monotony, I believe. And
yes,
they've looked at life. It's helped people look at life in a different angle altogether, appreciate life more, actually. Don't you think so?
absolutely. Even I'm also one of those who changed her like career, like not career. I'm not pursuing like I'm not working, but I changed the line of what I was pursuing in my studies. I was a history major student, and now I'm pursuing my major in women's studies, like doing my master's in women's studies. So when I never thought that I will do it, but then if this pandemic wouldn't have had happened, maybe I would have just been like, it's just everyone does that, so I should also go with the flow, which is
Absolutely.
not exactly a bad thing, but it's also not good. So yeah.
That's good. That's good. Let's keep it optimistic. All for good.
Yes.
Even Russia-Ukraine war is for good. I don't support it. All for
I
good. See, everything happens for the best is what I think we should live with. You know,
mm,
There are so many bads happening in the world, and it'll keep happening. We are human beings. We are born with a lot of negatives.
mm.
We are born with emotions like jealousy, ego, a lot of stuff, a lot of things. And I think it's best to look at life on a positive note and feel that everything that happens around or is happening around is happening for the best. And that kind of
Uh,
gives you a little hope. Look forward to doing things. Exploring life, exploring world. It's a beautiful world, beautiful people.
One thing I would want to say, that as you mentioned about the Ukraine-Russia conflict, because this war happened, people, well, I think whenever a war happens, people get to know more about history and geography. So
Yes, very educative, very educative.
yes,
A lot of us probably never knew that a place like Kyiv existed, but now we
exactly,
know. It's in
exactly.
Ukraine.
Can you just excuse me for a second? My doorbell.
Sure, 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 sure. I'll hang on.
What?
Okay, Vikram, till she comes back.
I'm
So,
If she
so
comes back,
sorry. So
let's talk.
sorry.
Yeah, it's all
My brother just
right.
now he came from his tuition, so he was yelling
You're
to
the elder
me.
sister. You're the elder one.
No, no, yes, I'm the elder one. I'm the elder one.
You're the elder one. Responsible elder sister. Good, very good.
Okay. So I have another question for you. Uh, can you tell me what are some of the qualities required in this profession? As you are a musician, you
Oh,
make
yes.
music. You are
That's a very interesting question. Yeah. See, what qualities you require? You need to be a good human being first. Okay, that's a primary quality. The rest are all crazy. You got to be a mad person. Okay, You got to be a crazy person. You got to be a very dedicated person. You got to be crazy passionate. Arts is not a subject that pays easy. Understand that, just about a few people make a big name and they make a lot of money. But most artists on the planet, people don't even know about them. Someone who is like singing at a railway station also is an artist. Yeah, but he would never be known to the world. So these are a few qualities. You need to be mad about it. You need to pursue it. You need to be dedicated, and you need to be very focused. As in, you need to understand or realize if this is what you want to pursue. Not look at somebody on the stage and say, "Wow, I would want to be like that." No, no, no. That is a very wrong approach. You need to understand how, because most of the time what we do not see is the struggle the person has gone through, the kind of time he has spent or she has spent, in kind of honing that skill, honing, understand the art, the form of art that the person is pursuing. So yes, you need to be dedicated. You need to be super passionate. It has to be beyond money. It's not about money. It's about perfecting a particular art that you want to pursue. It gives you a return or not is irrespective. That's a byproduct, actually. If it comes, well and good. If it doesn't come, well and good. But I want to pursue this line of work, this art. And so I go ahead. And that's how, these are the qualities required. The rest are skills that you develop as you keep practicing. It's like playing cricket. You're mad about cricket and you see, I want to go and play cricket. But you cannot start playing like Sachin Tendulkar day one, you see. You got to give time to it every day, play for 8 hours every day. A lot of things. Similarly for music, similarly with any form of art. You want to act, you got to try out expressions, see how dialogues are delivered, why this, why expressions. And then again, understand if you're playing a character, you need to be able to analyze that particular character and become the character yourself, or let the character become you. Two different things. But yes, there's a lot of hard work that goes in when you want to pursue any form of art. So that dedication has to be there, that passion has to be there, the zeal has to be there, the focus has to be there, and that madness. You have to be a mad person when you're an artist. A normal person cannot be an artist. A normal person can be a drawing room singer or a dancer or a poet, but never an artist.
I also think, especially I would say, no, not music, like both for music and art, acting, it goes for the both, is a lot of work goes on behind the scenes that
Yes,
none of us are aware about. I mean,
Mhm. The
like the
midnight
people
oil
for
you
it.
end up burning. Absolutely, absolutely. Practices, compositions, arrangements in terms of music, trying to get the notes right the first time, and then practice for months together to just get one song tight and right, and then understand the literature of the same. It goes same with movies too, film, acting. You need to understand characters, though I'm not formally educated on either. Okay, I've just been pursuing it. And with due course of time, I've understood what it is, attended many seminars, webinars, conferences, and sessions, but never got into formal education, as in never learned anything formally in terms of arts. And you don't need to also. I mean, it's good to go ahead and get a formal education on the same. Very good to get a formal education because it gives you a structure. You know exactly how to pursue things. But then art is an expression. You getting what I'm saying? So if you follow a particular formula, it does not work. You got to discover things as you go. For example, let's say I sing a particular song. You have sung a song, and I try and sing the same song. Now I can do two things. I can one mimic you and imitate you and do it exactly the way you have done it, or give my expressions and emotions. And giving your expression, emotion is primary. Copying is something anybody can do, isn't it? And to bring out your expressions, you need to understand what you're doing, how you're doing it, why you're doing it. You know.
Okay, so I want to know about one thing. Since you're an actor, can you tell us something about method acting? I mean,
Method
what
acting.
is it?
Uh, okay. So one is you becoming the character, which means you copying the character. Okay. Or you letting the character become you. So you are as is, I'm as I am. Let's say the script writer or director has given me a particular role, a character, and he says the character is this. So I would look at how would I behave, if I was a character. Getting what I'm saying? So I will not change my style of acting. I'll just be me, but I'll become that character. So I'll talk like the character. For example, let's say I'm supposed to play Amitabh Bachchan's role. Okay, just give you an example. So I copy Amitabh Bachchan as he is, or I think I'm Amitabh Bachchan and I behave the way I normally behave, thinking that I am myself Amitabh Bachchan. So I probably may not end up imitating Amitabh Bachchan as Amitabh Bachchan. I'll play me as me, and I try and become Amitabh Bachchan. Try to think what Amitabh Bachchan would think if I was in different circumstances. How would he talk, and I would react similarly. Method acting is getting into the act. Okay. For example, let's say a regular actor, a good actor, a trained actor would be given a script. He'll read the script and he'll just go in and perform. That is when he is applying formula number 2, wherein he becomes a character himself. He's not trying to become the character. He's letting the character be him. So I'm me, and I'm supposed to play another person's role, but I will not act like that person. I will become the person. I will deliver it the way I deliver it. Or I observe the person, read the character, and try and become exactly the way the character is. This is movie that come out, Sanju. You remember Sanjay Dutt's autobiography?
Yes.
Played by Ranveer. Yeah. So that is method acting. No, he became Sanjay Dutt. The way he walked was like Sanjay Dutt. His look was like Sanjay Dutt. His behavior was like Sanjay Dutt. Another very good example is, have you watched the movie Joker? Heath Ledger. He's no more now.
Yes.
The best ever. So that is method acting. You get into the act. It's dangerous also. Depends on the kind of character you play. For example, let's say if I have to play a psychopath's role, a psycho killer's role, I have to start thinking, behaving, and living like a psychopath to bring authentic look, or to give an authentic look to the character. So when people look at me on screen, they should actually feel that, yes, this guy is a serial killer. Because if I go out like me, as I am, well, I won't look like a serial killer. A serial killer thinks in a different way, would work in a different way. So I would have to spend time studying serial killers, would have to spend time looking at how they think, why they do what they do. And by the end of it, by the time I am done with that project, I might just actually become a serial killer. It gets difficult to come out of the mode, And that's what happened to Heath Ledger. It got difficult for him to come out of being Joker. He got so into the character that he became the character himself.
So it takes a toll on the artist who
it does take a toll.
Acting.
But it also brings about the authenticity of the character. The character looks real, and that is what a director would want to portray or showcase on the screen, or the actor would want to portray or showcase on the screen. Authentic character. If I'm playing a good man's role, I should actually look like a good man, and people should throw their empathies and sympathies towards me. If I'm looking at becoming a bad character, bad man, the moment people look at me on the screen, they should be like, oh, this is the bad guy, And to prepare for the same, it takes time. It takes a lot of time.
I think one also gets disconnected from themselves. Like if you have immersed so much yourself into being someone else, I think you do feel like both mentally and I believe maybe physically you feel very much disconnected with yourself and also around from the people, your immediate surroundings. So
absolutely. I mean, see, normally what happens is when you are getting into method acting primarily, you start living like that character. Okay, so you're not talking the way you normally talk to people. You're talking the way the character would talk to people. You live the character for a period of time, let's say for a couple of months, how much of a time it takes for you to actually feel that now you are the character, So it takes a little time. And that time kind of distances you from everybody, And after the shoot, it just might get difficult for you to get back to you being the real you. You get so stuck in that character. And yes, it kind of affects relationships, affects a person, affects a person's mind, mentality, the way of thinking, everything changes, because for a good period of time, you are actually thinking like the character, thinking the way you think, you know, day, night, you're always on that character. You're living like the character. So it gets difficult to come out of it. And it does adversely affect people. It does.
Okay. So you shared a lot about method acting.
You interested in acting?
No, not exactly interested, but I have heard this term quite often, method acting. And whenever someone mentions method acting, uh, two or three names are always associated with this kind of acting. One, as you said, Heath Ledger. And I think Joaquin Phoenix is also
Yes,
one of
yes, yes,
them.
yes.
2019
He is
Joker,
a total method actor.
Jared Leto. I think they're
Yeah, yeah,
method
yeah.
actors.
Yes.
So yeah, like I think method acting for the audience, it's uh it's something that we get more than we deserve. Like for audience, it's a treat if if from a method actor, from a performance of the method actor. But for to do that role, to be into someone else, like to completely immerse yourself into someone else's skin, we might never know as audience what that person has gone through. So that is,
Absolutely.
I think, a bummer, as well as a dark side of this method acting that people preach so much a lot.
Mhm. Mhm. That's why most actors don't pursue method acting. Shah Rukh Khan doesn't do method acting. He just plays himself. Salman is always himself. Uh, but someone like Amir, he goes into, and I'm taking these regular names, all right? I'm not going to go into Tarantino. People might know,
Hmm,
regular people don't even know these names. We
hmm,
being from the industry, they know. So I'll mention names of people who people are aware of, who we keep seeing every day, and names that are common. Okay. Uh, for example, let's say Al Pacino. He is in
hmm.
Godfather. Have you? Yeah. So
I have.
he there's a beautiful movie called Heat. You must watch it. Now, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, these are guys who let the character be them, So they always play themselves. You'd see them no different in other movies than they play, Every movie is the same almost. Like Shah Rukh Khan, he's playing himself in every movie. But then there are other people like Amir Khan, very, very famous, or Kamal Hassan. Now, these guys go on to becoming a different character altogether, like Chachi 420,
Chachi
you know?
Chaso.
Yeah, so Amir Khan played that lady. It's of course a take from a Western flick, but that's again, he plays a character, he becomes a character. Getting what I'm saying? Uh, and yeah, that's the difference between regular acting and method acting. And most method actors, yeah, I mean, they face their demons. It is not easy to become a particular character and totally, and leave their own character aside, become a different personality altogether and justify that character. It's difficult. A lot of hard work goes into it. A lot of research, a lot of homework. For example, you might need to, let's say you're playing a role of a beggar. So you will actually have to shred your body out, totally lose weight and look like a beggar, become skinny bones. But the next film you sign, you probably are playing a wrestler's role. Then again, you got to start working on your body, and so it's very physically stressing, mentally very stressing. And but then at the end of it, the satisfaction is that you have justified the role, and that's why we go through that pain of becoming a character without being sure of if we'll be able to come out of the character or not. You just might get stuck. So a lot of artists, actors who are into method acting go through psychotherapy. They have to go and visit a shrink, go and visit a psychiatrist to come out of it. Sessions are required, therapies are required, but it's all worth it as long as you play the character and justify the character right.
Okay. So, can you share how patience comes into play with your profession, with your line of work?
I think patience is one of the primary virtues everybody should carry for everything, not just in a particular line of work. You need patience in a relationship. You're living with the parents. You need patience with them. But then again, coming back to our topic, uh, see, when you start off, let's say you want to play the guitar. Let's say very interested in playing the guitar. Giving an example, okay? If you buy a guitar, would you be able to play it? No. You'll have to understand. It'll take you years. So you'll have to have the patience and understanding that it will take me time to understand the instrument I've picked up and to master the instrument. Same with acting, If you think you can be an actor straight away, you cannot. Everybody would want to be an actor, but everybody cannot be an actor. It's a different ballgame. A lot of things go into it. So you have to have, yes, patience is one of the primary virtues you require for field of art. Let's say you want to sketch. You're sketching, right? You sketch.
No,
Okay.
not sketch. I make mandalas.
Oh, mandala. Okay, so when you do your creations, it just doesn't happen. You have to give it time. All right, it takes time. It's time consuming till you are satisfied, and till the job is complete. What you require is focus, and two, you require patience. If you try to finish off any form of art in a haste, it'll not come out nice. So patience plays one of the primary roles in our line of work. You have to have patience if you want to justify what you're doing in terms of acting or music or any form of art. You have to have patience so that it comes out, the colors come out right, and you are satisfied, and people who look at it are also appreciating the same. Otherwise, it will not come out nice.
Okay. So since I mentioned that your film was premiered, Three Smoking Barrels, it was premiered in Durban International Film Festival. Did you attend it? Like,
No, I didn't. It was there online,
okay.
but I didn't go there per se. But my producer, my director, they went there. Amit Malpani is my producer, and Sanjeev Dey is my director. And I'm an accidental actor, by the way. All right, that wasn't the line I chose to get into. I'm primarily by heart a die-hard musician, and we belong to middle-class families, you see. And as we grow up, our parents have little expectations from us in terms of getting a stable job, a regular life, regular middle-class mentality. So yeah. So I could not pursue it right from school time, though I wanted to. I was playing with bands in college and school, etc. But I had made up my mind that I will pursue music, and but for the same, I'll have to kind of become self-sufficient. So let me focus on studies. Let me get a good job, get a bank balance done. So when I leave my profession and when I start pursuing what I want to pursue, I don't trouble anybody, I don't go and tell my parents, Papa, to buy a guitar, can you lage, please, paisa diya. I don't do that. So with that thought, I got to job, and acting happened by chance. So I was playing with the band, my erstwhile band called Two Square, at a club here called Tera Maya. And the gentleman comes, he looks at me and he's like, "You're the guy." And I'm like, "All right, you're drunk." And then he comes behind me, he keeps following me. And I'm like, "What's wrong with this guy?" Then I'm like, "All right, he must really be drunk." Then he comes to me and he's like, "You are Chiru." I'm like, "No, I am Vikram." He's like, "No, you are Chiru." I'm like, "Dude, you know me or I know me? I know me, I'm Vikram." And then I kind of run away from the place, Next day, he comes to my studio and I'm like shocked. What's wrong with this guy? The piche pad gaya banda. And then he comes in, says hi, and then goes inside the studio, starts looking around everywhere, and then comes to me and then introduces himself. He says, "I'm a director, I'm a filmmaker." And I'm like, "All right." So he said, "And you are the actor." I said, "Sir, again, I'm telling you, I'm a musician, not the actor. You're digging wrong." Then he said, "Vikram, I've been in this line of work for about 22 years now. And you trust me when I tell you you're an actor, you are an actor. I know how actors are. Your body language says that you're a natural actor." And that was a boost, of course. Then he said, "No audition for you. This is a script. You please come for rehearsals." That's about it. And well, that's how I got in. That was about 7 years back. And I stepped into the line of acting. Been carrying about 3 roles so far in terms of being an actor, as a musician, anchor, host. So I've been playing all these 3 roles for a while now. It's fun. But and I appreciate the accident, I appreciate that he recognized that I'm an actor and got me into it and gave me a major role. After which people start recognizing and I start getting calls, etc., etc. And we're working on a couple of things now. Let's see how things go.
Okay, so like how was that feeling? Like when you heard that your movie was going to be premiered like, on an international film festival. So what was that feeling?
You want an honest answer? See, as I said, I was never prepared to be an actor.
Okay.
So I took all of that was happening as a bonus. I thanked my stars. I said, all right, a lot of people dream of being an actor. And me, despite saying, no, I don't want to be an actor, I was forced to be an actor and people started appreciating. So when the film was getting premiered, we earned a lot of accolades across the globe. Mannheim, Germany, Durban. But then, I don't know, for some strange reason, I wasn't very excited because maybe I never looked at this as a career. It is only after the film got on Netflix and after people started appreciating, after we hit all the, festivals, and when the movie was released commercially across all theaters in the country, when people started appreciating, a lot of appreciation notes started pouring in on Facebook, messages, emails coming in. And I was like, whoa, man, I am a good actor, I think, it started giving me a real good boost. And then I started taking the same seriously. Till then, till the commercial release of the film, I had just not taken it seriously. On a very
Okay.
honest note, when the film was getting premiered in other festivals, I was like, all right, man, kya baat hai yaar? Good. Anyways, I'm not going to do this, one time stint. It's over, done and dusted with. But yeah, I mean, later when it sank in and when I actually looked at it seriously, uh, I appreciate. I'm very humbled and I'm very thankful to the director for. He fought actually. I'll tell you very very honestly. Sanjeev Dey, my director, was the only guy who was convinced that I could play the role. No, nobody could play this role but me. Rest everybody in the crew, my producers, my executive producers, art directors, other actors, everybody was against. Everybody's like, Vikram is a musician, man. He's not an actor. He's actor hai nahi ye. And Sanjeev was like, no, he is. He's my actor. I'm taking the chance. I'm taking the risk. And there were a lot of other very, very good actors, in the film. Mandakini ma'am was there. Nalnish was there. Subrat sir was there. Indraneil was there. I mean, they are all big names. But for some funny reason, people appreciated my act a lot. And I'm thankful to the universe for making this happen and making me an actor. Accidental actor.
Though being an accidental actor, this kind of miracle, I would say, rarely happens to people. But you
I'm
are,
thankful to the universe. Have you watched Free Smoking Barrels?
no, I haven't.
Mm.
I have, I will definitely watch. The thing
You
is, like,
better.
I don't like, we don't have Netflix. So our
Oh,
father is very much like, no Netflix, no, like you all will be stuck in into your phone. So no Netflix, no Amazon Prime. But yes, after this interview gets over, I'll definitely give it a watch, maybe through my friend's Netflix account, if they're
I'm
willing
sure
to
a lot of
share.
your friends have Netflix.
They have almost all of them. I think I'm one of those few who doesn't have
Oh,
any account or anything.
you have a strict daddy.
It is very strict. But I think it's good. I think some little bit of
I think it's
strictness.
good.
We
See, you
stick.
are going to get old. You will be, a senior personnel. So it's all right. I mean, you'll have a freedom. And then you'll be telling your kids, don't do this, don't do that.
And as you said about Indraneel Gupta, like I grew up watching him. Like he has been in the industry, I think, for a very long time.
2.5 decades, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, how was it like coming from an actor who has like so much of experience? Like, how was your working experience with him?
Okay, I'll tell you something very interesting. Now, because I was never interested in acting,
Hmm.
I didn't pay much heed to these people, you know. I didn't even treat them well, actually. I was like, all right, ठीक है यार, मेरे को बंदा ही नहीं है star यार, तो actor नहीं बनना है मेरे को. So, all right, man, Mr. Indranil, all right, man. I was like that, no, I had my own attitude there. Because for me, I never thought I'll actually pursue it further. You know, I thought this is a one-time stint. I got a break. I'm doing it, but this is not what I want to pursue. I want to just go ahead with music. That's what my focus is, and it is still my focus. But acting also has added in, and I mean, now I see myself as an actor. I'm trying to be a good actor every day.
Okay.
But I wasn't like surprised being around these stars, you know, these great actors. Of course, I felt humbled because I was going to share a platform with these guys. But I wasn't giving them too much of weight because they're from a different world altogether. I'm from a different world, you know. So I keep watching him on TV once a while, here and there. And so that's what it was. I mean, no fanboy moment there, no getting too excited. I wasn't like, wow, man, Indranil is here, you know. I was like, all right, man, Indranil is here. That way, you know. But he's an amazing human being, amazing personality, very dedicated to his art. Subrat again is a very dedicated person. Nalnish has worked on a lot of movies. He's recently done a movie with Amitabh Bachchan also. I forgot the name of the movie. So yeah, I mean, you know, you're lost, Divya. So that was good fun. Sharing stage with those biggies, and now they're friends. So it feels good. But now I have more respect for them because as I understand the subject more, I understand the kind of hard work they've put in. You know, they haven't become what they've become in a single day. You know, it takes years and years of grilling and learning and practicing to become what they've become. So I really appreciate it now, you know. But that time, since I wasn't an actor, I was just taking it as a bonus gift coming my way and enjoying it to the fullest.
Sir, am I visible?
Yep, yep. Vikram, call me Vikram, please.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
okay.
visible.
You're visible?
You're visible and audible.
Okay. Okay. Just now I got to know my camera was off, but it was on.
That's off
Okay.
for a second.
Yeah. Okay. So can you tell me like another question? That can anyone become an actor, or there are some special qualifications required for it? Since for quite a few
Okay,
minutes
I'll,
you've
I'll
been.
give you this answer from my angle. Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm saying my angle is because I'm not an actor. That's what I think, you know. I'm an
Mm.
accidental actor. So an accidental actor is not an actor. Okay. People go through National School of Drama. People go through different acting schools, and they go through the education to understand what this art is all about. Those are actors. And then again, I don't think everybody can become an actor. It's an art. I mean, can everybody be a cricketer? Can everybody be a painter? Can everybody become a musician? No, everybody cannot be. But as I said, you know, these ingredients, if you have the madness in you, if you have the passion and the dedication in you, then you can. It's all about pursuing it. Yeah. If you feel that you want to act, you want to be an actor, do not look at who is saying what. You know, a lot of people may say, this is not for you, man. That is for you. But if you really want to do it, go ahead, you know, nose dive and don't look back. And you will become an actor. It's a form of art, and art can always be practiced. Anybody can practice any form of art as long as you have the madness, the passion, and the dedication for it.
Since you mentioned like NST, there was this statement that Tom Holland, the new Spider-Man, he made. He was asked about like what is the difference between like going like learning acting, going to drama school, and like having the experience from the school, and then the another thing is working directly with the director. So he said that working directly with the director, like the production, instead of going to, like, he did not say that it is a bad thing going to an acting school, but I think like according to him, he said that working with director, working with all these people, it gives you a much more richer experience. So is it true?
I'll give you a difference. I'll give you a difference. There is structured education and there is OJT, on-job training. Right? So when you, let's say when you go to a drama school, you're going through a structured educational pattern, which is good. Many of it might be utilized in your work. Many of it might never be utilized in your work. But when you go through OJT, on-job training, everything you learn will be utilized because you're on job. This is what actually is happening. So OJT, I think, is any day more effective than structured. Structured, you learn so much, so much. There is so many things getting pumped into you, you know. Retaining them also have become difficult. But if you're on OJT, on-job training, you're doing it and you're learning it while doing it. So that is way more effective. That's what Holland also emphasized on, you know. Working directly with the director really pays up because you're on job now. You're doing and practicing as you're doing it. Not just learning theories and waiting for an opportunity to do it, you know. Here you're doing it. So that's the difference.
Okay.
Working with a director is OJT, on-job training happening for you. And that's what I went through. And I think it's very, very effective.
So like then in our industry, especially in Hollywood, Bollywood, there are many actors who have graduated from NSD. I think one of the most famous is Anupam Kher. There are many known actors. I think Satish Kaushik as well. So these are some known faces.
Nasruddin Shah, a lot of people. Bajpai, Manoj Bajpai, Irfan Khan, all of these guys. Nawazuddin Siddiqui, they're all NSD guys. But I'll tell you something interesting. I'll tell you something interesting before you go ahead, all right? So we have named a few people, not even 10 people actually. You know, and NSD has been on since a long time, in a couple of decades now. And we only know of about 10 to 15 people. But every year, you know, dozens come out of NSD and they get lost in the crowd.
I think that's,
you know what I'm saying? That's different. So it doesn't matter if you're from NSD or you're not from NSD. A lot of actors never went to any school to learn, you know. Shah Rukh Khan never went to an NSD, but he's a Badshah Khan.
True. Delhi boy.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And he's really made it big, all on his own. Akshay Kumar never went to NSD, but he still made it big. You know, and all these people.
Amitabh Bachchan also didn't go to NSD.
No, he wanted to be an RJ. He wanted to be a radio jockey, and he was rejected, saying his voice is not suitable for it. Can you beat that? That's Amitabh Bachchan. Yeah, I mean, structured learning is good. Yeah, I'm not going to ever negate structured learning. It is very good. You know, today's day, I'm able to sit and talk so confidently is because of the education I got. You know, I wouldn't have probably been able to speak so fluent if I wouldn't have gone through the structured education pattern. But then again, when I look at it from the other side, structured education fills you with so much of knowledge, wherein almost 70% knowledge is useless for you. You're not going to ever apply it in your life. You know, just a few basic things. For example, you studied chemistry. How much of those chemistry formulas are you going to apply in your life? But you actually spend time, right? Understanding and coming up with different formulas to remember formulas. Like I used to, we used to look at a formula called Pepecasomalzero Nitlecomasigo. All the elements, potassium, bronchite, you know, so we used to mug it up that way. But nothing comes handy at this point in time. You know, we don't even look at them. So structured education kind of fills you with a lot of not required information, not just required, but information which is not required to. OJT is why I prefer more, because you're going to be learning exactly what you need to perform best in a particular job. No additional information is required there.
I think that's why people say that learning from your experience is one of the best form of
experiential learning is the best
way of gaining knowledge.
Absolutely. And today's day and time, even the big corporations have realized this. For example, Google does not appreciate degrees anymore. They don't want people to come in and show the degrees. They want people to come in and attend the interviews because they will assess, screen, and understand if the person is capable or not. The degree is not required. IBM does not require it. Tesla does not require it. I mean, a lot of big organizations are not even looking at degrees anymore. And I think the way the world is moving, degrees would be a thing of past. In another 10 years' time, they will not be, there'll be more of online universities and physical universities. And physical universities will become something else. That's my personal feeling.
I think even as you said, like now I'm feeling it. Even the HOD of our department, also ma'am, also always keeps us pushing that along with your course, along with what you're studying, go for internships, do internships, learn. Like don't just sit,
Yes,
don't just do one thing. Like explore, expand your horizons.
absolutely.
All of the teachers, they keep on saying us the same thing again and again. So I think one of the problem of this generation is that we are very lazy. But then again, we
No. I think I'll correct you there, right? See, if you understand the education system and educational, the entire education system is based on mugging up, remembering things.
Hmm.
The reason why we read so many books and give examinations, that those exams are to see if we have retained the knowledge or not. But in today's day and time, we live with this, all the information is right here. So you do not need to remember anything or mug anything up. But what you need is good analytical skills, good judgment, good logical skills. These are the only skills required for the future, because information you don't need to store in your head anymore. It's there available, tip of a finger. But how to utilize and how to put them to use is what we need to understand. So logic is going to be a primary subject that we need to probably look at. Analytical skills to analyze, because there's a lot of information. Which information to use, how to use is what we need to focus on. Books we don't need. I mean, it's a thing of past now. Digi world. And it does not make this generation lazy at all. In fact, I mean, if you look at the current trend, we have evolved from the regular mundane work, which is a regular 9 to 5 job, to being more independent. And if you look at kids, youngsters, people like you now, I'm 40, so almost double your age. You must be about 21, 22. Now, for us, we didn't have the privilege of a cell phone, but you have. And that has made you more active in a way. Look at the YouTubers now. Look at people exploring and becoming more independent. Young kids getting so independent. And they're putting so much time, energy, effort in doing what they're doing, And the good part is opportunities have just, I don't know, expanded like no one's business. Everything is an opportunity now. Everything. Just think of it and it can become an opportunity. But back in the days, our folks just wanted us to become either engineers, doctors, lawyers. But we have broken from that now, And I don't say you're lazy. I just say there is more time because you're doing your own stuff. You can pull out more time for yourself. And how you utilize the time is up to you. You can sleep or you can do something else.
but I think like even though we have phone, we have like information is handy every second. But I think there has also been this oversaturation of information, and I think we need to have that capability in us to differentiate and distinguish which information is correct, which information is what we require. We cannot just blindly follow whatever is there, whatever has been presented to you in the place.
That's why I said you need logical skills, you need analytical skills. You need to be able to analyze what is there and to use the right information for your benefit, and not every information. But then good part is we don't need to remember informations now or remember anything. It is already there. What we need to understand is how to analyze, look at the right and pick it. And that's all. I mean, these are 2 skills that are going to be primary skills for the future. The rest, education system won't be required. I mean, everything that you study, like a kid who is studying in 5th standard can actually go through the books of an MBA student right now. Go online and actually, And there are kids who are doing those kind of things, I mean, amazing, interesting things. 11-year-old has done his university already. Those kind of news keep coming, and it's very interesting to watch all that. Yeah, logical and reasoning skills, you got to be able to reason well. Your analytical skills should be good. And these are the skills of the future. That's what we need to, very true, as you said, we should understand what to pick up and what to utilize, because there's so much there. It just might confuse you. So these skills are going to be the primary ones, I feel.
Okay, so since music and acting, these are two different form of art forms. So can you share your experience and how pursuing a career in, even though you are an accidental actor, you have already cleared that out, but still I'm asking you that. Share your experience and how pursuing a career in both of these seemingly different forms of art has influenced your your life, your personal growth and your development.
Uh, it humbles you as a person. I mean, if you are seriously into these form of arts, it humbles you as a person, because as you dig further, you realize that you just do not know anything. The more you learn, the more you realize that there's so much to learn. So as you pursue these careers, acting or music, it'll humble you. If you're dedicated, if you're true to your heart, you actually become a humble person. So you see all the people who have really gone to the top, have actually humbled down much. Initially, people are very, up on it, very enthused. But as you learn, you realize that there is so much to learn, and it humbles you as a person. That is my personal take on any form of art, be it music, be it acting. Now, acting is, again, different course of work altogether. You're trying to become a character, play character, go with the story. Music is different altogether. You're composing, you're looking at melodies, you're looking at structures, phrases, you're looking at musical literature, because it's very important. For acting, you don't need to go into any literature, but for music, you have to go into literature. You have to understand what these phrasings are, what is written, how has it written the music, and musical literature is different. It's different literature altogether. So it becomes important to study that literature to understand what is written, how it is written. But having said that, as long as you're passionate, dedicated, and you're honest to it, you can pursue it. Any form of art, music or acting.
So for making music, you means need to have that knowledge of music, like what music is, how to, like,
Yeah, I mean, it is good to know knowledge. You see, for example, a lot of people. I've given you an example. Let's say somebody who is singing at a railway station, begging for a few dimes and singing at the railway station. I don't think that person knows anything about music. He's just copying music. He's heard a cinema song and is imitating the song. He's trying to sing out. Then again, there is somebody who is a composer who's sitting down, composing and writing songs. Now, for that, yes, you will have to have a sound understanding of musical theory. Otherwise, to copy somebody, all that you need is practice, which is sing. If you want to be a singer, listen to good songs and keep singing those songs. The more you sing, the better would you get at singing the song. But if you want to write a song, then you have to get into theory of the song. You write a song. It's not just writing a couple of lyrics. It's writing the song, which means you're writing the music. So if you're doing lyrics, it's all right. I mean, as long as you're poetic, it's fine. You can work on similes and word endings and, how things are falling in place and giving the entire story down in the script, which is the song, lyrics. But when you go on to give it music, there you have to understand theory. If you do not understand theory, you will not be able to create music. Playing music and creating music are two different things. Playing music could be Control-C, Control-V. You copy and you paste it, as in do it as somebody has done. But if you want to bring in something original, then you have to have a good understanding of the subject. Otherwise, it gets difficult. But acting, personally, I felt it is not that. It's not so, because you're acting here, and acting is always about things happening around you. It's about people, you know. And so more than theory, learning from experience is more important in terms of acting is what my personal feel is. I mean, that's how I have learned it. That's how I have worked on it. But yeah, I mean, I've attended seminars and it's good. It's good to attend structural education also. I will not say it's not good. It gives you enough insight. It gets you to meet people. They share their experiences, tell you and how things are done, how they did things. But when you're working with a director directly, he'll tell you this is what you need to do. So you're not looking at how somebody else has done it. You're doing it now yourself as per the direction of the director. So that's a different game altogether. And in terms of acting, theory does not play too big a role. Of course, you need to be able to mug up the scripts. You cannot keep asking for the script. So you got to by heart the script and play it right. But theory isn't too important in terms of acting. But music, you cannot do. If you want to create music, you have to get into the theory of music. That's the difference.
Okay. So last but not the least, question from my side is, what are your plans next? What are you?
My plans are to just be the crazy me as I have been, and keep exploring these fields to see if I can also get a lot of aspiring people involved in this line of work. A lot of us, we dream of these fields, performance arts, to be a musician or an actor, but we never get the opportunity. My thrive has been, I started a school also called the School of Art and Music, but nature kind of washed it away. For 4-5 consecutive years, rainy seasons always washed my school off. But the strive is on. I'm struggling for the same. And I would want to create platforms the way I got it. I'm very thankful to the universe for giving me the platforms I've gotten so far. And if I can play a role in creating a similar kind of platform for others who are aspiring, I'd feel very blessed, I'd feel that I'm not looking at becoming some star here. I'm looking at pursuing this, field of art, wholehearted, dedicated, and also create some options and opportunities for whoever I possibly can. And that's my future.
I think more than stardom, the satisfaction that you feel by you are doing a work which you love, you are passionate about, and also at the same time you're getting paid for it. I think that is a kind of privilege that many few people can have any access to. So no one should take that for granted. Like anything,
you should never take for granted.
Even as we the students who are pursuing a master's, our teachers also, they remind us this thing again and again, that wherever you are, you are in this campus, you're in the classroom, do not take it for granted. Nothing comes easy. So
nothing comes easy.
I think as I said, you love something, you are passionate about, you're getting paid for it, you're able to pay your bills. I think what can one ask more than that? So
absolutely. And at the same time, if you can create a few opportunities for others to live the same kind of dream as you are, I think you just add on to the pack, and the more the merrier.
okay, so now I think it's time. Yeah.
Say goodbye.
So first of all, it was a very, very enlightening session. It was my first session to host as a webinar. Host as a host,
host a webinar.
To host a webinar.
Play the host. Yeah.
To play the host a webinar for the very first time. And although it's I don't know whether you like to call yourself or not, but you are a celebrity, so it's an opportunity I'm very, very grateful for. And from Anachori, we sincerely would like to thank you for taking out your time from your busy schedule and to provide us with such valuable, enlightening information, as well as sharing your own sharing your own experiences, sharing your own values, sharing your own outlook towards the world. So it was a pleasure, as well as we are very, very grateful, especially me as a host. I'm very grateful. So
I'm so humble, so humble. God bless you. This is your first, you'll do many more. And I think you're going to be a killer host, you know. I can see a really good host in the making here. If you want to pursue, that is.
I don't know, maybe the people who are watching, they can say.
Of course.
Okay,
It was
so
nice. It was lovely.
So, yeah, that was really nice, Vikram. We
Thank
really
you.
were
Thank you so
appreciated
much.
being there and taking out your time for us today.
Thank you.
Great,
Thank you.
great conversation. And I guess people watching you has been really enlightened by what you said and what you
I
spoke
hope.
about. And obviously, Divya was extremely good as well, being her first. And
Absolutely.
from Anajuri side, Vikram, it was an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
And
I'm so humbled.
hope we'll have more of such occasions.
Of
All
course, of
right.
course. All the best to all of you. Thank you.
Yes, with that note, we'll end up today. All right.
All right.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Thank you.
Bye. All
Bye-bye.
right.
Logging out.
bye.
Okay, now let me just stop the recording. Okay, Divya. Divya ধুনীয়া কাম কৰিলা ঠিক আছে খালি
Okay.
বিছনাত কিয় বহিছিলা
Like I was sitting on the sofa, but a mosquito was like I was like so embarrassed for a moment. And I'm like, no, I can't let it show into my face. And my internet pack is also going to get over. So my Wi-Fi to I was very like nervous, what tension like net pack says I have to change rooms.
ওকে তুমি কি হোস্টেলত আছা নেকি নে ঘৰত আছা Divya, so I'm ending the Zoom call, okay? I'll speak to you later.